Hi team, it's me. I have wanting to show you just this little thing that I've done here on Claude. So we might know Claude AI. All right, this is it here, Claude.ai. Now, how this works is you can just do prompts in here. You can also add things, documents, etc., files, right? All of those. And you can do some research and other things. And I've talked to you a little bit about that. There's also some learn things and code and other bits and pieces in there. But I've started this idea here of creating artifacts. All right. Now, it does all sorts of what are called interactive artifacts. Now, I think other engines call them all sorts of other things. Okay, you can see there's letter writing ones, flashcard ones, Molecule Studio ones, attachment style quizzes. There's even a language learning tutor that somebody has created. But if I look at my artifacts that I have created, hopefully they will appear here. Yes, so this is introduction terms, right? And then here's an economics one. Okay, I do have one that I just did just recently. Okay, what I'll do is I'll jump back to projects and I'll find my project, which is the artifacts project. All right, so you get to create a whole lot of projects and you tell it what you want to go into your project. Okay, you give it the instructions, you can give it extra files by using the plus button here. And I wanted to do an interactive artifact about inflation. So here's what I did. Okay, now I have already created an interactive artifact, right? And so rather than repeat all of those instructions, I'm just copying the link from the previous one I created and I put it in there. So I said, using this attached format, can you please, as an expert IB economics examiner, produce an interactive artifact with the same style explaining the concepts of the causes of inflation? Can you also include in the artifact an example question and suggested solutions, as well as some helpful links to videos that might help the learner, including referencing Econ Teach NZ, myself, my channel, Econ Plus Dale's channel, and of course Jacob Clifford's excellent channel as well. So then it goes and it says, yes, it'll do it. All right, and it created it. It looked like this. All right, now it was all right, and it's looking pretty good. And then I thought to myself, well, hold on. So it's created, it tells me what it's all about, all the things that is put in it, the interactive elements, etc. And then I went through and I wanted it to add buttons under the heading that would translate the information into Korean, Chinese, and Bahasa Melayu. So it went in and it had a go. Add all these features in, what got translated. That's where it got the professional translation, right? Smart design features all done in there. And then I noted that the cost push diagram didn't work. So then it went and it tried to fix the cost push diagram. Okay. So then it's doing all of that. And then I went in and I noted this cost push diagram that it was shifting the wrong way. Right. So then it changed it for me. And then I went in, told me all the explanation of it's changing it. Then I said, you haven't put the right links in. So here are the links for the videos. And then it's updated all of the links. So the final version is this one. All right, so if we just have a look at this. So it's in English. You can change it here, the language. See, the language changes. And then to Bahasa. All right, go back to English. All right, so it's set up as having an overview, talking about demand pull inflation, cost push inflation, monetary inflation. Then it talks about, it gives you some practice and some resources. So here's just the general overview here, and then the IB learning goals. You can click on this button and it doesn't do anything. Click on this button, it doesn't do anything. These are just there for show. They could actually do things if I told them to, which would be nice. Demand pull talks about demand pull inflation, characteristics, and this, look at this, look, here's an interactive ADAS diagram. Show ADAS pull effect, and there's the increase in prices that we would expect. Reset the diagram. What are the main causes? All right, so that's all in there, very useful for their notes. Then it goes cost push. This is the one I had issues with the diagram. So characteristics, main sources, And then here's the diagram, show the effect. Yeah, it's a bit bendy, and it doesn't quite match the dot, but that's fantastic. It causes left shifting higher prices. All right, then monetary effects. Explain quantity theory of money. What happens? Quantitative easing. And then it has some practice questions. All right. So here's a paper paper. It's actually paper 1 for 15 marks, but okay. Yep. Suggested solutions. All right. Okay. Shouldn't really be 15 marks either, but that's all right. Resources. Let's have a look. See, and so here's the YouTube channels, right? And you click on it, and it takes you to the YouTube channel. And then some additional study tips down here, exam question, success strategy. I mean, isn't that fantastic? And you publish it, and then it goes online, and you can just share the link with people. You can copy it to another project or download it as an HTML. So if you want to then use it elsewhere as an HTML file, you can. You can also, when you do the publishing part, there's a little drop-down menu that asks you if you want to have it as an embedding code, and then maybe if that embedding code works, and sometimes it hasn't worked, but put the embedding code into another website that you've got, so that within that website you can then access the interactive artifact. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it hasn't translated everything, and that would be something that I would really like on the next go around, right? But you can see all the headings at any rate have been translated. So that's just fantastic that it can do that. I haven't checked the translations, so I'm looking at them now, hoping that they are all correct. All right. But I thought I would show you this. It is a fantastic way for us to create interactive and engaging revision materials for our learners. And thank you very much. Hei konera. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.